He's a peanut farmer.
So I'm laughing because I'm here with Rick Astley, and we're watching the inauguration. We're watching the American inauguration. Is this exciting for you?
It's very exciting. It's amazing. At the end of the day, you still have to respect the fact that you're talking about the biggest country in the world, I guess. You know what
absolutely.
I mean? And this is probably the most powerful man in the world.
Sure.
Let's face it. So it's kind of interesting for everybody around the world to find out what's going to happen.
This is more exciting for me watching it this way. We talked about it on the air, but I want you to tell people, and I won't, you're not on camera, but your wife is here as well. I know you guys are football fans.
Yeah.
I mean football. I mean American football.
Yeah. We kind of Giants fans because we've got friends from Jersey and what have you, and we went to Twickenham, which is the rugby ground in London, and we saw them play the Rams just before Christmas. And we're keeping an eye on it. Super Bowl's coming, so we're looking forward to that. And so, in fact, we're actually going to be, I think we might even be in Texas when the Super Bowl is on. So that's going to be funky.
Can you do that accent? Can you do a Southern accent?
No.
It's all right, because I think that I can. I can do a nice English accent.
The thing is, I think a lot of Brits as well. We kind of think there's kind of one American accent or maybe two. But then when you actually get here and you go, no, that person's from New Orleans.
Right.
That person's from, Northern California. Yes. They're from Jersey.
Right. But I love that. I love to do that.
It's the only one I've got.
It's okay. Of course, tomorrow night over at the Pearl at the Palms, great theater. If you have not seen this guy, now I got to see you back in the day, and it was absolutely fantastic. I know you're going to be doing some of course, your older stuff.
Yeah, of course we do. Listen, I mean, especially in America where I haven't played for years and years. I mean, I think that's, and I enjoy doing it because I retired for about 15 years, so it's not like I've been singing those songs for 30 years, so.
Will you get on the drums at all? Because I understand you're a pretty good drummer.
I don't know. I think my drummer Simon's getting a bit bored with me getting on his drums, to be honest.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Move aside.
It's because I have two friends and we have a midlife crisis rock power trio where we play from the Sex Pistols to the Foo Fighters, you see.
Oh, nice.
And we do charity gigs and I drum and sing in that band, you see. So every time I kind of get on the stage and look at the drums, I think I'm in the wrong place. I should be up there. But we'll see. We're going to have a bit of a jam at some point in rehearsals, I think, in the afternoon.
That's
so we'll
great.
Sound check. So we'll see.
I have to ask you one question. I like to ask a lot of musical artists that come through. Have you ever either passed a bar or gone into a bar or heard somebody doing it at a wedding, any one of your songs?
I've done them at weddings, never mind.
Are you the guy that hops on stage? This is my song.
I would say there's a handful, at least, of friends' weddings that I've actually sang at. I've sung in the church where they haven't wanted Never Gonna Give You Up, they've wanted something else, and that's fine.
Nice, not that one.
And then someone said, oh no, we would never ask you to sing. We would never ask you to sing. Bottle of champagne, bottle of wine later. It's kind of like, and then I've sung at a few weddings myself. No,
one last question I'll ask you, and I just want to know who's on your iPod. What are you listening to? What new artists are you in?
In my pocket right now. Well, to be honest, this last couple of months I've been listening to, as I say, a lot of rock music because this kind of bizarre little rock trio that I play in, we have to kind of refresh what we remember and what we don't remember and all the rest of it. There's a lot. I really love Bruno Mars. He's one of my favourites, to be honest. I'm still getting into his new record because I think it's a little bit different from the last couple. Right. So I mean, I'm trying to think really, just new things that I've been listening to. Sorry.
And I was just going to say, do you lean towards, as far as, because you, of course, came to popularity during that whole MTV generation.
Yeah.
Did you listen to any of at that time, Def Leppard, any of that stuff? AC/DC?
AC/DC is a bit more my thing. Yeah. Okay. Def Leppard and a lot of those guys, for me, there was just way too much hair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've got some hair going on, I know, but there's just too much hair.
Oh,
I
get it.
But AC/DC, I mean, the Highway to Hell album, that first album with Bon Scott singing, is one of my all-time favourite records. And as a kid growing up in a little town, I was in a couple of different bands, but nobody had a synthesizer.
Right.
And like a piano was the most boring thing on earth at that point. It's the 80s, you know what I mean? So it's like, you can't get a piano, what the hell? And so we just had guitar bands, so we learned things we could play. Actually play and make a reasonable sound, try and replicate it. So we tended to play things a bit more, that were a bit more rock than, and a bit more punky, to be honest, because they were kind of easier to play, and you could kind of emulate that sound. You couldn't do Duran Duran because we didn't have the synths. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
that's right. That's that whole Duran Duran and Flock of Seagulls and that whole era.
You can't do that without.
I'm going to let him go. Rick Astley tomorrow night over at the Pearl at the Palms. If you have not seen him, go see him and listen to this absolutely soulful voice. Honestly, you will love the show. You will love the Pearl. You will love this guy.
Thank you.
Wait a minute. Come here. This is what
Thank you very much indeed.
Yeah, baby. Absolutely. Have fun.
Thank you.